Hii maneno ya online romance. Ay. Now the latest is a story that beats all stories by far. Sample this. A 17-year-old girl based in Mombasa, Pwani, Kenya, aliingia box na akaingia box kabisa. Yeah, and all this happened online. And the man was based all the way in Kakamega. Now the distance between Mombasa and Kakamega is exactly 847 kilometers. It is a journey which by road will take you at least 14 hours, using public means of course. And so this smitten lass decides to travel all the way from Mombasa to Kakamega to be united with the love of her life. Maybe she even believed the man was her soulmate. And as she's traveling, they're still communicating. Yeah, via SMS, via WhatsApp, etc., etc. Voi, Mtito, which is estimated to be halfway between Mombasa and Nairobi. Emali, Sultan Ahmud, Salama, Mlolongo, Nairobi. Then on to Naivasha, Nakuru, Kisumu, and then finally, Kakamega. Now there's no doubt that all this way she was imagining what the first meeting would be like. But alas, it was never to be. On reaching Kakamega, this prince in shining armor allegedly switched off his phone. And so the poor mtoto wa Pwani was stranded in Kakamega. Yeah, and for 3 weeks was wandering around. Yeah, maybe even still looking for Prince Charming. And then somebody decided to involve the police. Yeah, and therefore the police rescued her. And since she's in the hands of Utumishi Kowote, chances are that she will be able to find her way back home to Mombasa. But the police report has a very interesting inclusion that has legal repercussions. The girl was only 17 years old, not yet 18. Now, it is a very, very serious criminal offense, yeah, to have a romantic affair with an underage girl. In neighboring Tanzania, if you are found guilty of this offense, it is jail for life. But who knows? The Kenya police could have other issues to pursue. Because, for instance, did you know that men borrow money from women online? But all in all, this is a story with a happy ending. Ish. Yeah, because those who know the horrors, yeah, sometimes even people have lost their lives, yeah, over these online relationships, or rather relationships that start online on popular social platforms like Facebook. Bottom line, the young girl, somebody's daughter, is safe and sound. Probably terribly heartbroken, but safe and sound. Now, it is no secret that the internet, especially popular social platforms, have revolutionized relationships, yeah, especially romantic relationships. It's easy to meet somebody. It is a lot easier to meet your soulmate. Yeah, believe it or not, I too believe in soulmates. Yeah, your missing rib as a man is somewhere. However, that is where the positive side stops. Yeah, there are a lot of negative repercussions and effects. For instance, you need to ask yourself, why did this man in Kakamega switch off his phone? Was he a married man, perhaps? And we know that our men in that part of Kenya, it is not uncommon for one to have 3, 4 wives already. Or maybe he created a persona, yeah, that is very different from reality. Yeah, and therefore he couldn't face the girl, and later discover that the dreams that he had created for her online were just a mirage. Who knows? Because online, it is possible to do a lot of things. You can even have a video taken of you driving your friend's car or your employer's car. And you tell your little girl in Mombasa that that's your car. You know, I'm told it is much easier for a woman to fall in love with a man who drives, which to me is the saddest thing I've ever heard. Because there could be a tragic confusion here. Who do you love, the car or the man? And you see what keeps on encouraging and inspiring people online is the fact that it is indeed true that there are some people married today who met on Facebook. That is a fact. But it is also very true that there are some people who are dead today because they met somebody on Facebook. Still, there's another angle to these online romances that people rarely explore, or many people are not aware of. And this concerns married women and married men. Married men have the huge advantage of understanding women better. And therefore, it is much easier for them to sweep a young girl off their feet, or even an older woman. On the other end of the scale, I know quite a number of married women who are addicted to Facebook and social media, Instagram, etc., etc. And I know many of you hate me for what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's the truth. Women are very emotional beings. They are wired to be that way. And so it is very true that when a woman gets addicted to social media, even if she doesn't end up having an affair, it may affect her marriage. She could be conned into believing some of the stories that people create on Facebook about how happy some couples are. And therefore she starts feeling very, very sad and unfulfilled in her own marriage. It doesn't have the same adventure as so and so on Facebook. And even worse, I've seen some of these married women asking for advice on Facebook from their Facebook friends. You have a small problem with your husband, you rush to your Facebook friends with devastating consequences. Okay? There are also other instances where there's a problem in a marriage. So what else is new? Marriages are always rocky. Marriages will always go through tests and trials and problems. I mean, these two adults met when they had all their teeth. They didn't have any milk teeth at the time of meeting. And therefore, disagreements, minor and major, are almost inevitable. And so when you're vulnerable as a woman, because of these challenges in your marriage, you meet this man, and it starts off as friends online. And it quickly escalates to sharing very deep things happening in your life, very personal things. And one thing leads to another, and before you know it, it's an affair. Pop! Before you know it, divorce. Pop! My dear friends, I'm not talking about theories. I'm not talking about made-up stories. I'm talking about real-life stories that I'm very familiar with. I know these people who are involved. And it all started from something very small, a thought that flashed in somebody's mind. I want to be as happy as some of my friends on Facebook. And don't even ask whether those stories of the so-called happy friends on Facebook are true or they're made up, because a vast majority of lifestyles on Facebook and social media are not real. They're made up to impress people. Yes, sometimes you can get a lot of truth from the other person, but he has withheld critical information that changes everything. For instance, somebody tells you, I'm so happy. My husband is very caring. When I sneeze, he jumps. I am his entire life. He never looks at another woman. All that information, true. However, the critical piece of information that has been held back deliberately of course, is the fact that her husband uses false teeth. He's an old man. Some old Mzungu pensioner. But you naive Kenyan are drinking in all the true information. And you have no idea that there's a bit of information that has been left out. And you're seeing all the evidence. The nice car, nice house with a swimming pool, etc., etc. But this man worked for 50 years to get a pension and even to put away the kind of income to support this lifestyle. How do you compete, if you're a fellow man, how do you compete with a man who has been on this earth for close to a century? Impossible. But meanwhile, this unhappy woman, or so she thinks she's unhappy, drinks in all these stories. And she wants the same. And of course, her young husband, who has just started out on his career, cannot afford those things. He cannot be that caring. He has got so many things on his mind. How to support his young family, the future of his children, if you have some young children. How are they going to go into college? Universities are so expensive, etc., etc. The old man, the old retired pensioner, has no such worries on his mind. He's waiting to leave the earth and therefore is enjoying his last days to the fullest. But this naive young Kenyan woman doesn't know what's happening. So she meets this other guy. He's handsome, he's good looking. And before no time, she's sending nudes. I don't know how ladies get to do that, but then women are complicated. She's sending nudes to this man, who in fact is a married man. And in at least one instance I know, the married woman who was sending such photos and videos, knew that the other man was married. But she believed in her mind she would make a better wife. She was a better woman for him. Especially because the man kept on complaining about his wife. He claimed that marrying his wife was a mistake. She got pregnant and he had no option. She drives him crazy. And only this other woman can fulfill his dreams. What is the world coming to? Now, don't get me wrong. You have a right to be happy. It is your basic human right to do everything within your power to be happy. But hey, let's be careful. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.